Bitcoin is at a decision point, a massive breakout is incoming. If we will crash, we will liquidate over $20 billion worth of long positions, but if we will pump, we will liquidate only $11 billion worth of short positions. What the market makers will do? Will they liquidate the bulls or the bears? Let's analyze. Hello ladies and gentlemen of the Paradise Club, this is Simon from My Crypto Paradise. Welcome back, it's great to have you here. A new week is ahead of us and today we will be talking about Bitcoin on multiple time frames, and we will also take a look at some insights. Previously, you know that we have been updating Bitcoin. I've told you that I want to see the reclaim of this resistance. If that's gonna happen, the new price discovery target will be $121,000. We have reached that resistance target. After that, I've told you that I want to see a bearish retest of that resistance. We have got that and we have started to form a right shoulder of our head and shoulders pattern right here, and we have started to consolidate in a very tight range, right? And in the latest video I've told you that I want to see this resistance to keep on holding. As you can see, the resistance keeps on holding. Second retest right now, ladies and gentlemen, and the question is what's gonna happen next. Analysis are easy, trading the price action in real time is the real challenge. That's why you need a proper trading strategy and tactics into entering the trades so you can survive the bad times and maximize your profitability during the good times, right? So we will be taking a look at analysis, but I will also help you to understand some tactics and trading strategies that you can use in your overall trading system. Let's take a look right now what's going on behind the scenes, and we can see that right now we are creating something very interesting, and we can analyze what's going on this candle right here. And let's analyze the liquidations. First of all, we can see that clearly with the price going to the downside, we are liquidating long positions, right? If we take a look at the open interest, however, is this price action created by new contracts being opened, like some new aggressive selling, or is this more like a closure of positions? Well, that will reveal to us the open interest, and we can see that the positions are being closed, right? So this price action might be created by some long closures, all right? That's basically creates this kind of selling climax, and we can see on the CVD that only minor aggressive selling is going on, which basically support the idea that some people being basically opening long positions right here at our resistance, right? And right now they are closing in loss, and it's loads of forced liquidation as well, forced closing, and we can confirm that by watching the liquidations. This is usually an interesting sign because it helps you to understand if with the higher probability the price action will continue, okay, or we can have a short-term reversal. If we take a look at some big buy walls and sell walls on the spot exchange, we can see a big one at $121,000. $49 million is securing $120,000 level, ladies and gentlemen. Above us on a futures exchange, we can see on the order book right here, this is futures exchange, how well we are creating a cluster around 119, and basically the whole 119 level from the bottom to the top is being secured by loads of sell limit orders. You can see the order book is really heavy. Below us, right below us, is around $52 million at around $117,000 on futures exchange, and $116,500 is being secured by $30 million sell wall, buy wall on spot exchange. Let's take a look right now at funding crates. You can find them on our website mycryptoparadise.com. We have a special kind accumulated funding crates, and we can see that there might be some liquidations going on if the market makers will want to, right? From the intro, you know that there is $20 billion below us, and we can confirm that on accumulated funding crates. You can see in the market right now there is much more over leveraged long positions opened than short positions, and this is basically putting the long positions in a dangerous situation, right? They can be liquidated, and if they will, like first liquidation will create this kind of domino effect, and it will start to liquidate all of the other ones, because when the long position is closed, it automatically needs to create a sell. So basically it creates this kind of selling pressure as we are seeing on this candle on the low time frame right here, basically, okay? And as you can see, because this price action wasn't created by some new contracts being opened from the spot exchange, we are so far not seeing some big selling going on as well. We are reversing very quickly, but it might be still just a consolidation, and until we hit some big selling volume, we might keep on consolidating as we are doing for almost a month already. So we are watching very closely when the real strong bears will start to step in, and we can right now also already monitor what is happening behind the scenes by looking at the footprint, right? So for example, right here you can see that we have got some stacked selling imbalances right here and right here as well. As you can see, this on the footprint is a selling imbalance, this one right here as well, and the price failed to continue to move to the upside. Basically this was absorption, right? And right now, if the short positions have not been already closed, they are trapped right here and in loss. If we take a look right here, however, at the top, we can see stacked buying imbalances as well. The price moved to the upside a little bit, but then it failed to continue to go to the upside. So these long positions are trapped right here as well, okay? Which is very extremely important to understand, because right now this will be acting as a resistance. This is a support, and we need to understand that we have trapped long positions right here. If they will start taking the loss, these are big ones, all right? It's multi-million-dollar buy positions right now that are still in the market. If they will start taking the loss, it will create a selling pressure, okay? And if we basically concluded with the selling imbalances right here, you know that a big problem is going to happen in the market. So if you want to be successful, you need to play with the whales and you need to execute professionally on these kind of opportunities. If you take a look at the fear and greed index, again, this one you can monitor on our website mycryptoparadise.com. With the help of AI, we are monitoring the sentiment across social media. Right now on the 4-hour time frame, you can see we are in a greed mode. You know that we are watching the points 80 and 20. These are the points of our extremes, all right? And we are reaching the 80, and as you can see, we have bottomed at around the top level of 60 for multiple times, right? Since 17th July, ladies and gentlemen, we have been topping right here loads of times, all right? So this will be a clear resistance for greed. If we take a look at a daily time frame, we are still going slowly down from the point of extreme 80, and you know that from the previous times, basically we have been, for example, right here at around 80. Bitcoin price was around $109,000, $110,000. Then we have dropped and we have finished at around our point of extreme for fear, basically at around $99,000. And this is great indicator that can support your trading strategy, trading tactics, okay, into entering or exiting trades. You want to be buying when the majority of people are scared, and you want to be selling when the majority of people are greedy, because that's what the market makers are doing, right? The market makers only are able to sell or buy if they have enough liquidity. How they get the liquidity? Well, from retail, right? Because they need to have enough liquidity to execute their positions, because they are trading with loads of money. If you take a look at the cryptocurrency liquidation max pain from the upside, we can see clearly $120,500 is really well defended. Not only we have the big sell wall on the spot exchange, $47 million sell wall, but also we will be taking a look at the liquidation pool, that it is finishing there. And from multiple time frames, ladies and gentlemen, this level $120,500 is repeating even from monthly time frame. Do you understand? This is extremely important to understand, because there is loads of limited positions on the side of shorts, okay, and most of them ending at around $120,500. So if you are entering strategically into some short position, make sure that you place your stop loss above this level, okay? The same thing you can monitor right here on the long side. As we can see right here from the monthly time frame, 114 is going to be important level, 114 again, 116. As you can see, it's not that accumulated as we have on above us, right? On the low side, it's very widely spread, and the reason is basically that there is loads of long positions in the market and everybody is putting their stop losses and they have liquidation levels a little bit elsewhere, right? So if we take a look at the liquidation heat map right now, below us a big pool, liquidation pool at around $117,000, all right, that works well. And if we take a look above us, 121, it basically finishes, right? $120,000 is the brightest spot, but it's not as bright as we have below us, okay? So that's just confirms there is loads of vulnerable long positions in the market right now. So if you are in a long position, be very careful. Let's take a look at ultra high time frame chart on a weekly time frame chart. You know that we have been waiting for a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern after we have got the shooting star. Something similar happened right here. Once we have got a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern after a shooting star, it basically confirmed that we are going to the downside. If you have been with us in ParadiseTeam VIP, you know that we have been absolutely beautifully catching this movement and taking our first take profit right here at the bottom. All right, it was a beautiful trade. We have catched around 30% movement. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm a swing trader. So let's have a look right now. You know that the $121,000 resistance is holding pretty well. We are basically for almost 3 weeks already trading below it, and we cannot break it. And right now we can see that the bears are aggressively stepping in. It's visible on the shooting star candlestick pattern that we have created, as you know, from our website mycryptoparadise.com. If you're educating yourself in MCP Free University, you know that this is a bearish sign. Okay, it's usually visible, this shooting star, at the ends of some bullish trends, and basically it increases the probabilities that we will have a reversal. All right, it's not a certainty, just a probability. Okay, don't be like a gambler, don't be like everybody else who's just buys and sells randomly. Have a strategy and then tactically execute your trading positions. Otherwise you have no edge, you have no probabilities, you are not working with risk exposure, and basically during bad times you will get totally wiped out. All right, and during the good times you will not be able to maximize your profitability. That's why you need to have a great strategy and tactics into entering and exiting trades together with some proper money management, of course, right? So let's have a look what we are doing right here. We are also creating this huge bearish divergence. I've already told you about this, but it's extremely huge. If you take a look, we are creating higher highs on the price action, but on the RSI indicator, what we are creating, lower highs, a clear downtrend. The momentum of bulls is decreasing. This is the classic, let me show you right here. It is the classic bearish divergence. When the price is making higher highs, but the indicator is making lower highs, the momentum of bulls is decreasing, and usually it's a great opportunity for the bears to start stepping in. And as you can see on this candle, a shooting star candle, they are already trying to just below our resistance, right? So if this is the case, you know that we are finishing our ABC. The C might start going towards $44,000 if we will start moving in this kind of impulse, because we are creating this idealized corrective mode wave pattern where A wave was already created right here. B wave can be basically extended, can move way beyond the start of the A wave, and we have these levels 121, 135, $169,000. You know that since June we are telling you 121 is going to be with the high probability. All right, then we have told you that 135 moderate probability, 169 low probability. All right, so until we can reclaim the $121,000, we are looking for bearish setups, okay, in our swing trading strategy. So if, however, we can reclaim the $121,000 and turn it into a support, we will definitely be looking to profit from the movement towards the next major resistance, $135,000. Okay, so let's take a look what's going on a lower degree time frames. Let's have a look what's happening on a daily time frame. You can see that right now we are trying to go outside of the channel and we are trying to have some reclaim. So as you know, we have already got the breakout to the downside, bank like this, retested the moving average trend line, got a breakout outside of this channel, which can be, by the way, an ABC. That would mean that we are going to the downside. The next demand month is 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level. However, if the price action can go back inside of the channel, this is not an ending diagonal pattern that I will be talking about on the lower time frames, but it's a fourth corrective contracting triangle wave, and we are creating an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with confirmation of reclaim of this channel and $121,000. We are going to $135,000. All right, so be prepared. As a professional trader, you need to be prepared for all probabilities, okay, and or possibilities, and you need to be able to maximize your profitability on anything what will happen. Okay, that's why it's right now important to monitor the price action. So if we take a look at the volume, ladies and gentlemen, on the breakout, if we want to have a proper reclaim of some resistance or given a support, turning resistance into a support, so right now we are trying to break through the support, right, through this ascending trend line of our channel. So what you need to have for a proper reclaim is, first of all, breakout with more than average volume, which we have got right here, a beautiful volume, and then you need to have a bearish retest. Okay, and right now we can see that it's reacting kinda well. It's reacting kinda well, right? I want to see another closure of a daily candle. Okay, I want to see also a closure below this support right here, below the moving average trend line, which all of this will keep on increasing the probabilities on one side, right? In this case on the bearish side. But right now it seems like we have got a successful breakout, and for the reclaim you also need a bearish retest. Okay, and then you need some confirmation of that. So we have confirmation that this is right now working as a resistance. Previously it was working as a support, now as a resistance, as you can see. And if we will start closing below this support and we will be able to reclaim it again, it will just increase the probabilities hugely on the bearish side. Okay, so be prepared for that. However, if we will just close back inside of the channel and we will be able to reclaim this resistance and the $121,000, you know what's coming. 135 is next, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so be prepared for that. If we take a look at the RSI, if we would be going to the upside, I want to also see a reclaim of this moving average RSI trend line. As you can see right now, we are in bearish divergence. As you can see, this is exaggerated bearish divergence. We are creating equal highs right here, and on the RSI indicator we are creating lower highs. All right, so that's basically again just telling you that the bulls are getting exhausted, the momentum is decreasing, right, and bears can start taking over. We are also going from our overbought area right here, so all of these confluences just increasing the poor bearish probabilities at the moment. But of course we need some proper volume to step in so we can start dumping towards $109,000. If you take a look at the medium time frame right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are creating either the contracting triangle, we are creating two patterns and we need to wait for confirmation. So first pattern is the contracting triangle. If it's a contracting triangle, this is basically a fourth wave of an impulse. If you don't know what I'm talking about, learn Elliott wave theory. It will make you money. Okay, on our website mycryptoparadise.com in MCP Free University, it's free. We have created that with the Paradise team for you so you can learn it. Okay, so contracting triangle, corrective mode wave pattern. All right, that is created in corrective mode waves, fourth wave or secondary wave, but very often contracting triangle and any shape of triangle, contracting, expanding or skewed, are being created in fourth wave. All right, fourth wave is very usually a triangle. So either it's a contracting triangle, or if it's ABC, you know that the C wave is a motive mode wave, and in that case the motive mode wave subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves. So this C wave subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves, and the fifth wave is also a motive mode wave, and sometimes it can take a shape of an ending diagonal, which can be ascending like this or descending, or a little bit with a barrier below us. Yeah, all of the waves are corrective mode waves, same as the triangles, corrective mode waves. All right, so it can be also an ending diagonal, which we'll be talking about in a minute on low time frames. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look right now at the head and shoulders pattern, which would be supporting the contracting triangle, a bearish pattern, right, and that would be a reversal, or the contracting triangle, which would be a continuation corrective pattern, and that would basically mean that the price action can continue to go to the upside. So what we need are confirmations. First of all, let's have a look what's happening happening with the triangle right now. So we have been creating 5 moves in the triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, aka ABC, right? This was a deviation. It might have been a fake out, okay? If this was a fake out, this was just the 5th wave, and we are about to start breaking from the triangle. What you need for a successful breakout is the successful reclaim. And again, as we have been talking about, for the reclaim, you need a successful breakout with more than average volume. As you can see, the volume wasn't even bullish, it was bearish volume, and it wasn't even above average. So this seems to be a breakout fake out, okay, to catch an inexperienced traders, because experienced traders waiting for confirmations. So then we tried to have a retest. You know that for the successful reclaim you also need a retest. It hold right here, but not on this barrier. You can see the breakouts right here that been touching also the ascending trend line, the supported one, right? So right now then we have started to go to the upside, but look at the volume declining. Not really a bullish trend, not really a powerful. So again, a fake out, right? So what right now the triangle needs is to definitely hold above, like this is already kinda bad, right? But if this 4-hour candle, which is closing in 58 minutes, can close at least above this descending trend line, it will give some hint that basically this triangle can hold, and it might be a breakout. But for a confirmation, because this and this is so weak, I would be waiting for a reclaim of this powerful resistance, okay? Of this powerful resistance, I want to see a nice reclaim of resistance, turn it into a support. If we get some confirmations on low time frame, we'll be definitely looking for a long exposure. So if we will have a successful reclaim, ladies and gentlemen, definitely then we have a resistance right here. So we would be placing stop loss to break even very quickly in order to strategically secure our portfolio. But if this will be a reclaim again, we are going towards $135,000, as I have been already speaking about that level, right? So right now, from the bearish perspective, what the bears need right now is to break back below this neckline. It will support the head and shoulders pattern. This is its neckline, right? If we will be able to break it again, but hold it, have a successful reclaim, that means break, okay, which was kind of strong. It wasn't bad, all right, but we also need to hold below and turn it into resistance. So I want to see a break to the downside, retest it. This needs to hold as a resistance, and then I can say with extreme amount of certainty that we will be going towards $109,000, right? So what I want to see from the price action perspective is right now to accept us below the resistance, not break it, not reclaim it, and I want to see a beautiful reclaim of the support, turning it into a resistance, and then we can have a nice movement to the downside. You can see the momentum, ladies and gentlemen, on the MACD histogram, how the bulls exhausting themselves at this resistance, okay? So have a look at this. Basically, this was the high right here, and then this is the next high, higher high on the MACD histogram. As you can see, higher high, clearly higher high, and on the price action we are having just equal highs. This is exaggerated bearish divergence, right? Take a look at the momentum, at the activity of the bulls they have been producing right here. So in my opinion, this buying pressure being basically absorbed by the sell limit orders. We can also confirm that on the footprint, right? We have stacked buying imbalances that I have been sharing with you right here, and the price failed to continue move to the upside, right? So loads of stacked buying imbalances right here, loads of buying pressure right here as well, but it's not stacked. But anyway, it was a buying imbalance that was absorbed, right? And I do believe that's exactly what created this exaggerated bearish divergence, this huge momentum, and the failed of the price action to keep breaking above and creating again also a higher high, right? So this basically seems like the bulls are getting exhausted. There is loads of buying absorption by some big sell limit orders, and it's just increasing the probabilities that this resistance will hold, and until we can reclaim it, we should be very careful and play as bears, right? So yeah, I will also want to take a look at the ending diagonal. If this is correct, I will just quickly tell you because we don't have time anymore. If this was the ending diagonal, this was the first wave, secondary wave. If this gonna hold, we are right now creating a third wave that subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves. Bang, bang, bang. This might be the price action, and we will finish at that $109,000, which is a third wave. You know that after that will come also fifth wave, and before that fourth wave. I will be updating that in the next videos. If you are enjoying these, if you are learning, ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button. Okay, I will see you again on Thursday, and then I will see you on Saturday, because as you know, I'm recording for free for you 3 times a week. We have also created live chart for you, live price action, where you can monitor the levels right here created by the TPO. Very interesting, of the volume high, value low. You can be watching the sell limit walls, buying walls. It's live, it's for free, and it's 24/7. Go and check it on our YouTube, and I will see you next time on Thursday. Cheers.